Now, still to come, we'll be meeting the star of the brilliant new Brit flick, Son of Rambo. That's Jessica Hynes. Our final guest has been dubbed the country's funniest woman, and she's 2 British Comedy Awards on her mantelpiece to prove it. Now, initially, she padded out to play the royal family's overweight neighbour, Cheryl, and geeked up as wannabe writer Daisy in the cult sitcom space. But recently, she got to snog Doctor Who. Now, she's playing it straight in the film hailed as this year's Billy Elliot, Son of Rambo.
Only you could lose something strapped to your wrist. I should have taken it off you at the school gate. You're not to go in that shed again. Do you understand? Do you understand? I'll need you all up early for the preaching tomorrow.
But I can't come.
Of course you can.
No, see, there's this boy at school.
Yeah, there's lots of boys at school.
No, I mean, this one was badly hurt. And I promised to help him with his chores tomorrow.
Please welcome Jessica Hynes. You know when they did the kind of shot of me in the green room? What was going on? What was that about? Jessica Hynes, she's now become a serial killer. She's a funny lady. Because normally people are doing, like, family fortunes in the green room.
Sorry about that. I'm very sorry.
Is that because it's a serious role you play?
Yes, no. Oh. No, it's just I wasn't aware. I did smile later on, but they just didn't use that bit.
The camera wasn't on you then, so yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
So what is the film about, Son of Rambo? Because, I mean, I can't... There's that bit there that we just showed. There was no kind of headband...
It's spelled R-A-M-B-O-W, isn't it?
Yes, R-A-M-B-O-W. Yeah. Well, basically, the main film is... mainly the film's about these 2 boys who watch Rambo, First Blood. It's kind of set in the 80s, so if you're a kid of the 80s, you will love it because it's full of lovely kind of nostalgia moments like smelly rubbers and kind of stardust to be drunk with Coca-Cola and things like that. There's lots of those sorts of 80s references. But basically, the film's about 2 boys who watch First Blood and then decide to make a film about it, to enter into Screen Test, which is a kind of filmmaking competition. One boy is a sort of... They're both kind of slightly oddballs. One boy, Lee Carter, he lives in his parents' old people's home, but they're not there very much, so he's kind of there a lot on his own, watching a lot of television and kind of has lots of kind of videos that he probably shouldn't have because he's quite young. And then he becomes best friends with this other boy who's very different from him, who's a member of Plymouth Brethren community. And in that community, they don't watch television, they don't listen to music.
You play quite a religious sort of zealot, don't you?
That's right. And so he comes from this sort of place where he's never even seen television before, and he becomes mates with this little boy, goes around his house, sees this film, First Blood, and they decide that's it. You know, they're going to kind of make this film. So it's them sort of getting together and their imaginations running wild.
It's had so much praise, though. I mean, are you pleased? Well, obviously you're pleased. No, you want a stupid question. You know,
no, I wanted them to hate it.
Yeah, it has. It has. For a small film, it's just had so much praise.
I mean, what's great about it is it's one of those films. I mean, it's a 12A, but it's one of those films. It's kind of starring kids, but it's got kind of adult sort of, you know, stories to it as well. So there's something in it for everybody, really, and it's just one of the. It's a family film.
And you said it's the best thing that you've ever been involved with.
Absolutely. I mean, I would take all my kids to it. I mean, obviously the 2-year-old would drive me. You know, it's like one of those things. You go take a 2-year-old to a cinema, and you just end up chasing them up and down. I know my son, who's 9, would love it. I know my husband would love it because you know all the 80s references and just it's a great kind of heartfelt, lovely comedy.
Did you find it frustrating because you're such a talented and best-known perhaps as a comedy actress?
What was that again? Sorry, what did you say? Sorry? Say it again.
Fairly talented. I thought you were so brilliant in Spaced and in everything you've done. But they've always been comedy roles.
Yes.
And you looked a little bit scary in this one. I mean, is there is it just an entirely serious role, your particular?
I'm the only straight guy in it, really. I'm the only one who doesn't get laughs.
Did you enjoy doing that for a change, or was it frustrating?
No, it's not frustrating at all. I mean, I've been a jobbing actress. You know, I mean, I've sort of, you know, started when I was very young, and I'm just pleased to get work. Do you know what I mean? And I still kind of had that mentality. And when you know, well, I don't think I won't have that mentality. You know, when you get kind of see a script like that and they're offering you to do something, you know, and it's a lovely little part in what you think, this is going to be such a special little film. You just feel privileged. You
and
know,
you've got another one coming out, because you've got Faint Heart coming out with my old man, Tim Healy. That's another film to look out for.
He was fantastic in that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, he was great.
And but we were talking earlier about role models, about girls being size 16, and obviously one of the roles you were very famous for was Cheryl in The Royal Family. Do you think she would have put herself up for Miss Surrey? Or
I don't
Miss
think
Manchester?
So. But you know what I was going to say? Jane McDonald said about Marilyn Monroe being a pin-up. Do you know she was size 16?
Yeah, but there's a difference, though, isn't there?
Well, she's got the... I suppose she's got the shape,
isn't it? It's the hourglass, whereas...
I know.
That, I don't think is attractive to anybody.
I know, but the thing is, I don't know, I feel...
Come on, please don't get Jane started again on that. We've just all put it behind us and moved on.
Put it behind us and moved on. Well, no, I mean, Cheryl... You know, I think Cheryl... You know, I mean, I've had people saying, you know, Cheryl's actually kind of... I quite like Cheryl, you know, in that way. But I think what held Cheryl back... And what holds anybody back, whatever size they are, is confidence. Yeah,
sure.
You know, and sort of believing
no matter
in yourself.
What size you are.
And that, you know, that in a way is what's beautiful.
People are genuinely happy with their size. I just think there's sometimes people say they are, and they're clearly not.
Yeah, but if you're confident and you're kind, then as far as I'm concerned, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful person. You know, and yeah, thank you.
We were also talking as well about, you know, when are you ever too old to not care about whether your parents are going to tell you off or not? Have you crossed that line yet?
Well, I think I have, because now I'm a parent myself, you know, I think I'm off the hook, really, in that way. I'm sort of making up, you know, my own... my own rules, and you know, and me and my husband are kind of on the same page often. Sometimes we're not. He's maybe sometimes more strict about some things, and I'm not. But no, I mean, I suppose no, I don't think. I kind of feel like I'm beyond that.
You don't need the pat on the head quite so much.
No, I don't. I mean, and I think you can sometimes invite it. I mean, you know, it's easy to fall back into that dynamic, isn't it? When whether you're back at home or even if you're just talking on the phone, you suddenly, you know, you can fall back into that.
Fishing a little
feeling
bit.
Like you're you know, that parent dynamic, it never goes away. But
what about you a snog with Doctor Who?
And no, my pretend snog.
Was it
my
pretend
snog?
What do you mean by that? Pretend. What is a pretend snog? I mean, did you kiss him or not? I haven't seen the thing, so I don't know.
Our lips touched.
That's a snog.
No, but you know, I mean, you know, when you kind of work as an actor, you know, you don't kiss somebody, and people say, oh, what was it like snogging him? And I always feel like, well, I didn't really snog him. We sort of, you know, there was 50 cameramen around us, and we sort of tried to make it look convincing. But working with David was great, because he is such a good laugh. He's got a great sense of humour.
And I have to say, even just having you on the show today, as short a time as it was, has been great as well.
Can I just say,
but sweet, yes?
My sister-in-law's Claire, I think, has just gone into labour.
Oh!
I know.
Well, good
so
luck,
just want to say hello, Claire and Phil.
And we'll say bye-bye as well. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, Claire.